Hey there, we've got some interesting energies today as the moon shifts from Cancer into Leo. So, first of all, that vibe is shifting from the watery, emotional, feeling, sensitive energy of Cancer into the expressive, shake it off, move it through, put it into some sort of expression, creativity. It's a great time to focus on creative projects with the Leo moon. So, also, we've got some interesting energies, and the moon just around 1 a.m. joins up with Jupiter in Cancer, which is about to go retrograde. And so, themes of caring and healthcare and how we care and for one another, how we get our needs met, food, basic needs, food, housing, healthcare, those kinds of themes are up. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Monday, November 10th. And certainly we can see with what is unfolding in the world around us, at least in what's going on in the United States. I can't really speak to other countries, but certainly here we have going on a huge focus on how we care for one another through feeding people, healthcare, themes and issues of healthcare and how we solve those problems in the collective, how we get our needs met, and how we take care of the more vulnerable members of society. And those themes are active with Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter stays in a sign for about a year. It's going retrograde on Tuesday, so we're really feeling that Jupiter station energy, and at the same time, just about 1 a.m. Monday morning Pacific time, the Cancer moon joins up with Jupiter in Cancer, bringing a little more even emphasis to that. And of course, we've had those themes up over the weekend. So, on a personal level, those themes of feelings and emotions and needing to get cozy, needing to take care of ourselves at those deeper levels, and focusing on how we do that, how we get our needs met. And hopefully, you've had a chance to reflect on that and to set some things up for yourself so that you feel nourished and nurtured and cared for. And we had that opportunity to do that over the weekend. If you still need to do it, there's still time. You can always take advantage of these energies when it's in your flow. We don't have to be always perfectly aligned, but it's nice to know where those energies are and how they're being activated. So complicated. So we've got Mercury and Mars together in Sagittarius, about 3 degrees apart and about 3 to 4 degrees away from an opposition with Uranus, which forms a kite because Uranus is in that sextile arrangement with Neptune and Pluto. And so every time we have these outer planets activated, they all get activated at the same time. Not yeah, I mean, it's a kite, sort of a double kite. I don't know how you want to think about it, but at any rate, there's a lot of trine and sextile and opposition energy going on. Also, some T square energy as the moon enters Leo, activating the fixed signs of Venus and Scorpio, Pluto in Aquarius. So, what does all this mean? It means that there are opportunities here, but if we don't step in, step up, claim our needs, take a stand for who we are, for what we need, for what we want, for what we care about, that those opportunities, they don't go away forever, because I always think, it's never too late for change. But there's an open door right now with all these sextiles and trines, and that's a time you want to take advantage of that energy. It's always easier to take a stand for something you care about when the door is open to do that. And so, how is that showing up in your own personal life, and maybe even thinking about how you can contribute to what you care about and want to see happen in the world, and ways that you can show up for yourself, for your community, for your neighbors, for your family. All of those themes are up for us in the collective in terms of how we're going to make sure we get our needs met and everyone's needs met. So those themes are really important with Jupiter's station. Uh, s- just like Mercury stationed on Sunday, Jupiter slows down, hovers, and will begin to move retrograde. And its official station is on Tuesday, but we begin to feel that energy as Jupiter slows way down, and we start to feel more of that energy. Jupiter is about beliefs. It's about our ways and systems of how we think about things, of the bigger picture, and how we organize our thoughts, how we synthesize. So it's how we take the data and see the connections, how we connect the dots. So Gemini might be more about how you find information and all the little facts and pieces of data and bits of information. And then Sagittarius says, okay, that's great. Now let's look at it for the patterns. Let's see what conclusions we can draw from what we see in the data, right? Looking for those bigger picture patterns and sort of ability to understand what's going on at deeper levels. So, Jupiter and Sagittarius bring that energy of how we think about the bigger picture and what we believe, what matters. And so, taking that opportunity to maybe revisit with Mercury retrograde, we want to rethink, reconsider. So, revisiting our beliefs, are we being clear? Are we inclusive of things that are truly important to us? Are we factoring that in when we think about our lives and how we live our lives? So, lots to think about, and there's lots of different ways we can do that, and each of us has our own things that resonate for us. So there's not one right or wrong way to do things. It's just about reflecting for yourself on, how do I think about needs? How do I think about my role in, the wider world, and how needs are getting met, and how can I participate in that? Right. So, like I said, sometimes it might be about, just making sure your neighbors have what they need, or volunteering in your community. And in other ways, it might be trying to impact policy and politics and the bigger picture decision making that has that wider impact in terms of needs and caring. But it's also good to think about your own needs and how those are going to get met. And so focusing on that and building a foundation for yourself where, you're thinking about and planning for your needs and the needs of your family. So all of that is part of these energies that are being activated. Then as the moon goes into Leo at 9:33 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, November 10th, we have the energy of Leo and the energy of how we create what we need to share, right? Leo is about shining your light. It's about living out loud in ways that you can be seen and heard. So, taking those inner truths and feelings and thoughts and finding ways to express them, to share them, and to be exuberant and excited about what you have to share, but also listening and receiving what other people have to share, showing up with that excitement, that enthusiasm, that, contributing to what we can all learn when we listen to each other, and how we can think about each of us as having a piece a piece that we can offer. Our own creativity, our own self-expression is going to be a piece of the bigger puzzle. So, how can you, for today's self-care, think about self-expression? Is there an art project you can work on, some creative work that maybe you could put a little time and effort and energy into? Is there something that you might need to share, to say to someone or to express? Is there some way that you need to be seen, to be heard, to be listened to? And then also looking for where you can do that for others as well. How can you see and reflect back the beauty and the gifts that someone else has brought, and how they affect you, right? What you appreciate about that. Leo loves praise, right? Leo the lion loves that attention, that praise. So, the more generous you are with your praise for others, the more you get to receive that as well. It's a two-way street. Let's see. So, just make sure I'm covering everything. Also, we've got Mercury retrograde heading back to its conjunction with Mars. So that energy of courage, of action, of thinking about what you need to do, how you need to step up, be bold, be decisive, right? Take action to move something forward. And so, again, thinking about your own, here and now, your own daily life, and where's some action needed? Where can you move something forward? Especially where it has to do with communication. What do you need to say? And maybe where do you need to find some courage to say it? Keep in mind also, I mean, these are complex energies. So keeping in mind also that Mercury is retrograde, and that means we are in an internal process of review, reflection, reconsidering. So whatever is moving outward is also helping to inform you on inner levels. so, so you might need to express something or play with your creative self, what it is you need to put into expression, but also do that inner work to listen to yourself and what is your truth, and is your creative work reflecting that deeper truth. So do any rethinking and review and reconsidering that you need to do to be in alignment with what your soul is becoming, right? How you are learning and growing and changing and stepping into uh, more of who you are here to be. So that's a lot. Essentially, we've got the mood today of first Cancer, then Leo at 9:33 a.m. Pacific time. We've got Jupiter activated, bringing the energy of caring and self-care, but also how we care for one another, really, especially in our beliefs, in how we view themes of caring and how we align with what is important to us about caring, what we do about that with the Mars energy. So our beliefs and how we act on them, and how we bring that into what we have to share as we go through this process of learning more about who we are and how to show up more fully and shine our light from that deeper place of truth about who we really are. All right. Thanks for being here. I'm Marina Orms. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. And I am working on more lunar nodes classes, so please stay tuned. If you haven't yet, go and watch my overview, my intro to evolutionary astrology and the lunar nodes. It's available at transformationalastrology.com, my member site. And while you're there, you can sign up for a free or paid account. Either way, I so appreciate your support. I appreciate you being here and sharing and shining your light in the world, and hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you and your support. All right. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self care. Bye for now.